Hello everyone and welcome to another Bible studies. Today the topic will be the importance of the word, the importance of the Bible. So first I've got a verse for us to help us get into this. It's from Psalms 119 verse 105 and it says, "Your word is a lamp to guide me and a light for my path." So here the psalmist is saying that, the word is a lamp to guide a person and a light for their path. So think about it as, when you're walking down the street, you've got street lights, you've got a light, you can clearly see where you're going. You've got maybe the sun, maybe being a light source. You can clearly see where you're going. But let's say you're going down the street and it's dark, there's no street lights, it's completely dark. You won't know where you're going. You might even trip, you might even fall. You wouldn't see where you are going. So you might even go completely different path because you don't even know where you're going, whether the path that you're going is even the right path for you because it's completely dark. So it's saying here, when we have the word as the lamp to guide us, a lamp to, when God has a plan for you, God has a path for you, the word will be the light for that path. So if you're not consuming the word, if you're not reading the word, you wouldn't have that light to guide you down that path, because it's the light that you need to go down that path, or else you might go a whole totally different path because you're not reading the word. So basically we need to read the word because it's the light for it's the light for our path. Another importance of the word is that it can help you in many different situations. It can help. It's a way that God talks to you. Basically it links on. It's like 2-3 reasons. So basically, me for example, I use the Bible for a lot of things. Like I have a verse for when I'm angry, a verse for when I'm confused, a verse for when I'm happy, a verse for when I'm struggling with a certain sin, a verse when I feel tempted. Basically I have a verse for most situations. So the Bible for me, it really helps me to strengthen my faith in some way in times when it's tough, like temptation and all that. So it's there for you to use it to help strengthen your faith basically. And this leads to the third part. God speaks to us through the Bible, and I've got many analogies for this, but I picked out really good ones. So the first one, is imagine you have a friend. At school, you guys are best friends. Like you're always together. Like lunch break, you never leave each other. Basically, you have a great connection, a great friendship. But let's say you go back, go back home. You have their number, but you don't message them. Even though they're your best friend, you have their number, but you don't message them. It's very confusing because you have their number, you can message them easily, but you don't message them. So it's the same thing with God. Sometimes when we go to church, we have a great church service. We listen to His word, we worship well. We have a connection with Him. But when we leave church, even though we have His number, we have the word, we don't read it, we don't message Him, even though we can. And many people might say prayer. Yes, prayer is very essential. Prayer is very essential. But let's just say the friend that you had here, you live 10 miles away. You guys can meet each other here and there, but it's not like every day you'll be meeting each other. It's the same thing. It's not every day that, prayer will help. There are some times when certain situations you need to read the word because the answers are in the word. Because we can pray about it, but the answers might be in the word. So even though we can meet a person, we still have their number to still kind of keep contact with them. It's the same thing. We have the word to keep contact with God. Another analogy, a person who goes to the gym, they break it into parts. They have different days. They have leg day, bicep and triceps, shoulder, back, quads. They have all that, and because different days, different workouts and all that. Let's say the same thing for Christianity. Let's say we have prayer, fasting, we have reading the word, we have worshiping. That's our different days. We break into parts. Let's just say that. Let's say the person who goes to the gym, let's say they only did leg day. You would see a big difference because in the lower part of their body, it will look good because they're doing legs, they're doing quads, but the upper part wouldn't look as good. It's the same thing. If all we're doing is praying, fasting, even though it's a good thing, it's beneficial, it will still not balance out because the upper part of your body, maybe your praying and fasting will look well, but maybe reading the word, that part will be weak. It will be spiritually weak. That's why we need to read the word, because it will balance everything out. So yeah, the Bible is very important. Many people think, it's just a book that, tells you about God, but it's more than that. It's a book that, like, you can communicate with God through this book. Many people have been able to communicate with God. Through this book, many people have been blessed. Through this book, many people have been healed from their pains. Through this book, many people have been provided for. Through this book, many people have received protection. So through this book, a lot has happened. It's not just a book we read. It's not just a book. It's a book that we can encounter God with. So it's very important to start reading the Bible, And what I do personally to make sure I put the Bible first, I put God first, is that I read this Bible before I touch my phone or use any social media, because I feel like it won't get me distracted if the first thing I did was use my phone, because I would be so addicted to it, I'll forget about the Bible reading I was supposed to do. So I do that first before I do anything else. So that might help. Thank you all for listening, and may God be with you.